Hey guys, what's up? This is JRP77 from JG Games, and I'm going to be continuing my tutorial series on how to make a HUD in Unity 3D. I'm sorry for not being here for the past few weeks, not making tutorials. School got hard, and I also developed a very nasty cough in which I could barely talk. So now I'm back. So before we get started, don't forget to check out our website. There'll be an annotation as well as a link in the description box below. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, because if you subscribe, you'll never miss an tutorial or episode. And then don't forget to follow us on social media. Instagram is at JGN @JGN_games. I always get that wrong. Twitter is at JGN Games, and Google Plus is JGN Games. So don't forget to go check that out. So I got rid of the health bar from the last one. Sorry that I didn't spend too much time on it, but I realized it was going to be too complex to code it. So, because I was hoping to do what's called a case break system, if you guys know what that is, and it was going to say like these are enabled when this isn't, or stuff like that. It was going to be very complex. I didn't want to make you guys have to do that, so that's why I did it like this. So we need to make a slider. So I'm going to minimize my map. I'm going to go to HUD, Game Object, sorry guys, Slider, UI Slider. I'm going to name this Health. Now on this, I'm going to uncheck Interactable. That'll make that go away. Then I'm going to delete the handle slide area. And I'm going to click on this, and I'm going to set the handle rect to background. And I'm going to set the max value to 10. Now it's changed the color. I'm also going to bump up this to 10 so that I can see it. For this fill area, I believe it's the fill area. Yep. I'm going to click on this right here. I'm going to go check this color. Make it a little bit darker like that, and set this alpha to 125. Alright. So now we need to move this into position. So I'm going to go to my scene view, 2D, and I'm going to double click on the HUD. Or you can click on the background, it doesn't matter. I'm going to click on my slider, and I'm going to move it up to right here. Now I like to move it over just a tad because of the steps that I did. It makes it look more centered, just because there's if I click on my scene view and I hit shift space, you'll see that there's a little bit extra right there, whereas that goes all the way to the end. So I figured, and if we shrink it down, it keeps that gap. So I just figured, why not give it a little bit more space? So now I'm going to grab these corner things, and I'm going to move them to where one of them is at halfway between the slider and that corner right there. I'm going to move the other one up there, but in the process, I'm going to make it to where it goes on top of the edge. So now if I play, and I shift space to jump out of scene view, and I pause twice so that I don't maximize it, you'll see that now we got a pretty good looking health bar. It's got, sorry guys, that transparency that makes it look good. Alright, so now let's script it. We're going to open up our health script. If I decide to make it or not. Nope, I did not make it. Alright, so I'm going to go to create, C# script, health script. Alright, open it up. And now we have a brand new script. So now in here, I'm going to go, just delete everything, and I'm going to make 4 variables. One of them is going to be an int that's going to represent our health. Another one is going to be a string that shows if we get hit, what kind of object can give us damage. The next one is going to be the display, so we're going to reference the slider class and call it display. And then we're going to say public, not publics, image slider fill, like that. Now, in order for this to work, we need to go using Unity engine.ui. Now, what I'm going to be doing in this script, very similar to my How to Make a 2D RPG tutorial series. There will be an annotation up there if you want to see it. There's a playlist on our channel called How to Make a 2D RPG. Go check that out if you really want to find out more about this function. But basically the function I'm using in here, I have used in literally every episode of that series. So just be aware of that. So now I'm going to go void update. And the first thing I need is to set how the health is displayed on the slider. So the way we do that is we go display dot value is equal to health. Now this references a variable that is on the health of the slider that has a variable called value. So that's kind of nice. So now I'm going to jump back into Text Wrangler, and I'm going to set the thing that makes it lose health. I'm going to say void on trigger enter collider col. This is the function I use all the time. Then I'm going to say if col dot game object dot tag is equal to tag. So basically what this line of code does is it finds out what hits it is what that does. That's what hits it. And then it finds out, so the object that is collided with, the tag of that object. And I'll get into tags in a minute. So then I'm just going to close these parentheses, or not parentheses, bracket, curly brackets, and I'm going to say health minus minus. Now that's really the only thing you need in the script, but as an overachiever, I went in and I made some fun things, and the reason that we have this last variable is so that we can do some fun stuff. So normally in video games, your health bar changes red when you hit a certain part of health. Well, I wanted to add on to that. So I'm going to go into void update. I'm going to say if health is less than or equal to 3, then we say slider fill dot color is equal to color, capital color, dot red. Now that will change the color to red of the slider. It will not keep the alpha, sadly. I don't know why. Just I don't know how to do that. If you know how to do that, place it in the comments below. Alright. Now, before we finish, I want to set something to where if I die, then it will send me to another screen. So, I'm going to write this out really quick. I'm going to fast forward through this, and once I'm finished, I will explain it briefly. Alright, so basically what this does is if the health is less than or equal to 0, I'm just going to say above it, just so that you guys know, do death stuff. Alright, what this does is this references a script that I've made called change scene. Basically all it does is it takes a string and it loads that string as a level. So that's basically what this does. It just finds that object in the scene on an object that I have called _gm, and it sets the and it just basically changes the scene to that if I die. Alright, that's all for the health script. Let's jump into Unity and see how it looks. Now, I think I talked about how to set up your player. If I didn't, I'm going to go ahead and repeat it. So the thing you need to do, the object you put this health script on, is the health check. But I put this inside of my character, not inside the main camera, just inside of the object itself, the character parent object. On this, I have a capsule collider. And if I go into scene, and I jump out of 2D, and I double click on this, all this is a capsule collider inside of a capsule collider, or outside of it. The one on the inside is this one, and that one is not triggered so that the character can stay on the ground. This one is triggered, and it's bigger so that it doesn't overlap. Alright, so I'm going to just drag my health script onto here. I'm going to set the health to 10, tag it to enemy. I can spell enemy tonight. Display, health, slider fill. That should be all. So let's save this and we'll test it. I'm going to turn off. Be very careful because I actually had to redo this because I accidentally hit my end button instead of the stop casting button for my keys. So now I'm going to hit play. And now you'll see this object right here is tagged with enemy. and when I run into it, I lose health. And now you'll see, now I'm less than 3 health. And then as soon as I get 0 health, you die. Thankfully, you can respawn. As soon as I hit the respawn button, it loads for a second, and then it jumps into my scene. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. If you like this and you want to see how we made this cool crosshair, click the link in the description box or this annotation right here. It will put you at the last tutorial we made. And yeah, in the next tutorial, we're going to be covering ammo. So basically, that's going to be whatever goes there. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you guys next time.